So you've probably seen in my videos I do sprints to engage my fast twitch muscle fibers, and then I will alternate with walking days like I'm doing today. So 2 days ago, I decided to, at the tail end of the day, I put myself mentally, push myself, because it had been 3 days and I didn't do any sprints. So it's usually every 2-3 days I will do those intense sprints. And as a matter of fact, let me take you to that moment where I did the sprints and that whole minute and a half talking to myself, right? Let's go there and we'll come right back to the park. Folks, I just got done recording and editing for YouTube. This was my downtime, but I do realize how priceless and pristine and premium sprints are at this age that I can actually do it. And as the sun is fading, I'm going to continue this talk tomorrow, but I wanted to get you one incline sprint and make this part of my B-roll, NA roll as well. But I don't want to waste my sprints, I want to bring it to you and show you that I actually commit and I do it. I commit to myself. I'm out of breath, so I can't talk properly, and do it. I just don't talk. I do the work. And look at this. There's no one in sight. No one. Right? That's the top of the mountain. And this is what separates you from the rest. This is why I am where I am at in life. And people think there's this magic studio behind me or a magic pill. Enough talking, let's go, okay? This is going to be shaky, but I'm sure you can appreciate what I'm trying to do here. And I'll catch up with you all next day. Let's go. 1, 2. So now that you saw that, you saw how I was breathing in that sprinting video. Now you see how I'm walking very calmly here. I am continuously keeping my body guessing, oh, what is this guy gonna do next? Is it weight training? Is it squats? Is it sprinting? Is it walking? Damn, this body is doing a lot of things and keeps it guessing. I've been doing these long walks for consistently since 2020. So, when the pandemic went down and we all went into hibernation or remote work, that's when I uncovered and discovered the power of walking, because there was so much time on your hands. In a weird way, I kind of miss those days, because I was making really good money. I'm still making decent money, but I was making really good money almost doing nothing for corporate, right? And this is where things got, life kind of happened. A lot of folks started thinking about life, health, starting up families or whatnot. But I fell in love with walking. Nothing else, walking. It just unlocked a new version of me, right? And I was always an athlete growing up my entire life. So many sports, as you can see on my channel, including, the coveted martial arts. Everyone's a martial arts when you, up and until when you put them to the test and try to see how their body can move, and you quickly realize that that's once upon a time they used to do it. They cannot do it anymore. My friends, I'm 49 and I can do all the things I used to do at 25. Now, let me park that there, and let just kind of moving parts to this conversation is that I leverage sprinting. There's no greater feeling when you're able to sprint and feel the wind beneath your wings, the wind between your ears, like passing you by. It's like life flashing, it's like life force zipping by. It's like a power you have. And the sound of my feet hitting the pavement or the grass, it's like a heartbeat, right? Literally, in every sense. I can also feel my heartbeat matching my footsteps. And so it's that feeling is extremely powerful, liberating. It's like, again, supernatural. Now, why do I do this? Is because sprinting taxes you in a way that walking doesn't. And I think it's important for me personally. I'm an advanced athlete. Like, I know my body. I know physically how I can push myself. I'm also a patient in terms of I had a bilateral hernia surgery, and there's a lot of There's actually 5-6 videos on this channel that covers hernia, my process. I'm coming up on nearly 4 years since I had both sides. Inguinal hernia mesh repair, both sides. And I give you the whole breakdown, the story from discovery, prognosis, recovery, and also how my father had it. So there's a genetic component to it. And also one of my brothers who had it, who doesn't lift, who is nothing like me, who's not athletic, nothing at all like that. Not dedicated to this life, at least, is what I'm trying to say. So being in dance, being in martial arts especially, these are activities that's going to tax your body or require reflexes to fire, right? Like dance entails having rhythm. Martial arts involves, requires you to have rhythm, timing, and not just your timing, your balance. You are bouncing off another person's um, reflexes, right? Dance partner, martial arts opponent, right? Tournament. These are timing. These are reflexes. So, also not to mention a lot of endurance, right? That it taxes your body. Like it reaches and it requires you to push yourself cardiovascularly, endurance-wise. So this is why I do sprints. Even at this age, people are surprised that I can whiz up the hill like a 20-something-year-old. But it's more like, if I look at it, not a knock on 20-something-year-olds, but I don't see 25, 26, 27-year-olds doing what I'm doing. In fact, folks, I mean this very well. I see a lot of 20-something-year-olds just out of shape, no energy, just really droopy faces. Just there's no life. Here I am, nearly 50 years old. I am sprinting up this hill like no tomorrow, right? And there's a sense of pride, joy, and I feel a little kid in myself when I do this. Most importantly, folks, if you don't push yourself to an extent like this, you don't know what you have until you lose it. More so, you don't know what you have until you unlock it. And just every year, I've said to myself, okay, my brother, this is it. This is where the decline happens. I've been saying this since I was age 33. For some reason, when I turned 30, 31, 32, that's when I thought life was over. In fact, life was just beginning. It's a little different for guys. I think that we hit our prime right around 32, 33. It really kicks in at 35 and onward. So your prime is defined really by you. Like, I'm speaking to men right now. Like, this is specifically for guys. No offense to the ladies. I love all of y'all. This is right for my boys and brothers right now. So that's where my boys, my fellows, my bros, that's where you hit your prime. Like, I think 32, 33. Yeah, I really got going at 34. I in fact feel very much, I very much feel 27, 28. Maybe 25, right now the weather's warming up, so my joints are nice and, lubed up with the body chemistry. I'm walking. I don't have any pain. I take joint supplements, right? But going back to sprints and walking, I think you need both. And mind you, what you just saw in the sprinting, and I've done sprinting videos, is that you just don't go and start sprinting right away. There's a lot that happens prior to that. Stretching and mobility drills. I'm not an expert in that, but I'm an quote expert in that. I mean, if I've trained martial arts, I have a black belt in Taekwondo. I have a cordel in Brazil, capoeira. So cordel is a cord, essentially, and I'm blue and yellow. So that's one before black belt. So I think I have enough in the arsenal and tank. I can do the splits. You've seen that enough in my videos. I'm very flexible. I focus a lot on stretching because if you don't do the stretching aspect of it and then go straight into sprinting, you're going to tear something and pull something, and it's harder to recover at an older age, which is why I say I made a video on how to train smarter when you get older. Not harder, smarter. And this what I built, I've acquired not through lifting heavy weights. It's through lighter weights, actually. So on the days that my body is recovering from the HIIT training, from the sprinting training, because you're going to feel it, your quads, your glutes, even your sides, right? Because you're breathing, your body is pumping all that oxygen, right? It's and all the chemicals is releasing, right? All the growth hormones, the testosterone, the healing. So your body is like releasing all this good stuff in your body, that you need to recover. I cannot do sprints every single day. I wouldn't recommend it. Light jogging, sure, if you want to do it the next day, but I recommend sprint, 2 days walking, sprint, 3 days walking, or 2 days walking. So 3 times a week, sprint, right? 20 minutes, do your sets. How many? I do 30-second sprints, sets of 5, right? It takes about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So it's high intensity. And it's over quickly. So the advantage is you're in and you're out. And the scary part is when you get to the end of it, there's so much euphoria, there's so much joy, there's so much, uh, emotional high you feel, the release that you could go for more, but try to hold it there and ride that out. After the end of your sprint, I would top that off by a brisk walk around your neighborhood, or you can walk for how long as you want. But it typically is a nice way to cool your body down from the intense sprints that you just did. So I do both. I like to walk like this and really, lock into the peace and calm. And then I like to go into the warrior mode and sprint my heart and lungs out because it's so good for you. I really feel like it just has a very, very calming, soothing effect on my anxiety, on my thoughts, on my rhythm, balance. I'm recruiting all my fast twitch muscle fibers that come in handy in combat sports, in other demanding sports like soccer as well. How could I leave out soccer? Those are the 3 things that I do, I think, consistently. I play soccer. I have some tricks up my sleeve, right? Martial arts, including the stretching aspect of it. And then dance, right? Dance is second nature to me. So there I have it, folks. And I used to think that getting to this age, you couldn't do all of these things and you have to quote unquote retire. But you don't have to retire. You don't have to give anything up if you can maintain and sustain your body in such condition. And how you complement all of this, of course, is, I talk about this a lot, is hydration, water, right? Intermittent fasting is a magic pill. Magic pill gives you definitely some biological powers there. Sleep management, stress, toxic people, toxic relationships, prioritizing protein, and the carnivore diet. How could you forget the carnivore diet, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sprints versus walking, walking versus sprinting. Both have one thing in common, is that you're using your legs and you're doing activity that's complementary to both. You're using different muscle groups, right? And you need both to be a machine, to be able to perform at a high level, intense level, and then also taking these calm walks. I'm not done for the day. I'm done making 2 videos this morning. I feel really happy. I'm going to hit up the grocery store. And maybe on the next video, I'm bringing my dog out. She's doing a lot better ahead of Wednesday's big appointment for her hiatal hernia surgery. I think she's going to go in for surgery. But folks, I feel great. Till the next video, and there will be a next video. I love you all. Mamba out.